This is Housewife with a Half-Life by A.B. Wells. It's chapter 8. In this excerpt, Fairly Dave meets Susan's mother, Geraldine. Susan's mother was super, just like Susan. Her name was Geraldine and she had the same covert gentility as her daughter. Her face, for some reason, reminded you of pancakes and honey, and her smile was like blueberry pie. Her hair was chestnut brown and her eyes a bright emerald. She was also an eyebrow raiser, and the eyebrow was raised. Geraldine considered herself an enlightened kind of person. Her favourite books were those that described a variety of people and cultures she'd never had a chance to meet. At the book club she always recommended triumph over adversity books from war-torn dictatorships. She had educated herself in diversity by watching confessional relationship shows in the afternoon. There was no my boyfriend slept with my granny and married my sister scenario she wasn't familiar with. But when it came to your own daughter, out alone, as she had been, mid-morning with a strange man, and indeed he was an extremely strange man, you couldn't help but wonder. Susan made the introductions as Pluto and Rufus held one each of their granny's hands and swung themselves like fairground boats. "This is Fairly Dave," she said. "Oh, I see," said Susan's mother, her eyebrow lifting even further. "Are you in a rock band?" "You're thinking of someone else, Mum. He's a sort of therapist," said Fairly Dave, and Susan thought she could see a flash of orangey purple that was unmistakably shame. Fairly Dave didn't like lying. "Well, yes," Susan said. "I've been falling apart a bit recently. In fact, half my head is already missing and—" She tried to make her voice gentle. "It's only going to get worse." "You're sick? She's sick?" she said, looking from Susan to Fairly Dave. "Well, not sick exactly," said Fairly Dave. "I'm working on it with her. Developing a program." "You never told her a bit about the apple-faced men," said Rufus. "Or when we were sucked into a hole." "Ah, yes, the hole," said Fairly Dave, quickly. "That's what I work with to do the, healing." "I'm into holistic," Susan's mum said, nodding. "I do yoga every morning and meditate at night. I drink green tea and give myself a liquid detox every January. And I eat a lot of porridge with those thingamies. What are they called, Susan? Sprinkled on top, you know. Pumpkin seeds? No, it's got an X in it. Flax seeds. Oh, yes, it's a superfood, you know." "Oh," she said, turning to her daughter. "Susan, I had no idea. You should have confided in me." "Mom, what does Nigel think about all this?" She read Susan's face. "You haven't told him." "Well, you know, Nigel, it's hard to pin him down sometimes. How's Dad?" Susan asked, changing the subject. "Pottering round in the shed as usual." "That's good," said Susan, serving the soup. As she ate, she felt the welcome warmth travel along her gullet. If she could see her insides, would it look like the soup was travelling through the gaps in her body? By putting her faith in Fairly Dave, she had prevented herself from thinking about the truth that she was in mortal danger. There were a lot more important things than whether she had shaken the dust off her antimacassars. She hated to let the housework slide. The more mess and grime there was around her, the more she felt her mind was descending into chaos. She may have to travel the universe to save herself, but it was important she made the beds before she left.